G'day guys, Socket here. Today's video is a small extract from the Speaker Specs What Do They Mean tutorial. And it's just so you guys can find this topic if you're looking for it without having to search through the whole 3-hour long tutorial. So today's extract is all about the Equivalence Compliance Volume, or VAS. So what I want to talk about next is what happens when you put a speaker in a box. And I guess the first thing to sort of explain is when you have air in an enclosed area, the air acts like a spring because you're trying to compress it, right? And it works against the forces of compression, right? Now, if you're in free air, however, like this, there is no air spring, right? There's no pressure going on. It only really works when you're in a box of a certain size. So if the box is too big, you have very weak air spring. If the box is small, then you'll have a very strong air spring, right? Yeah, and if you think about the SPL guys again, the guys are aiming for big dB, 130, 140 dB and more. Putting a stiff spring speaker into a box is fabulous because you not only get the control of the cone from the stiffer suspension, but you now get added suspension because of this extra air spring, right? So in a box you get both the mechanical suspension forces and the air spring forces working on the cone, right? And it becomes stiffer, even more power can be thrown at it, and I can get even louder decibels out of it, right? If that kind of makes sense. So this air spring has a proper term or proper technical term. It's called the acoustic compliance in a box, and the shorthand for that is CAB, C-A-B, right? Now you'll often see the word acoustic used by technical engineering geek guys. It just basically means air, right? So you can interchange acoustic and air. So the air spring or the acoustic suspension are the same kind of thing. And of course we know that compliance in the term, we know what compliance means. It's how easy it is to move when force is applied. And the thing about the air spring or the acoustic suspension is it is dependent on box size, right? So if you have a big box, there's much less air spring. If you have a small box, you have a high air spring, right? And that's important because it will affect the suspension of the speaker and therefore the level of control, and of course how the speaker will behave. Now while we're talking about air springs and things like that, a term you might have heard of before is VAS, V-A-S, and that is what we call the equivalent compliance volume. It's the volume of air. So if you had air trapped in a box, it'll have that air, when you press on it, will have the same springiness as the speaker suspension in free air, right? So it is basically CMS, or the suspension springiness, expressed as air suspension, right? Now VAS is not the size of a box you need for your speaker, right? It is just what we call the equivalent air spring to the speaker's mechanical suspension, right? And that's important because we use this VAS to calculate the ideal box size for your speaker, right? And later in the tutorial, I'm going to take you through how to use VAS to do exactly that. So just to reinforce that point, when you go to your technical sheet and you look this up and it says, 58 litres or whatever this thing is down here, that does not mean you need a 58 litre box. It's just the 58 litres of air will be equivalent to this this CMS value here, right? So we use that in doing calculations. It's not the box size that you actually need. So there you go, guys, short and sweet. I hope you found that topic interesting. As always, if you're interested in learning more, go check out the full tutorial. I'll pop the link down in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, if you've got questions, feel free to pop them down below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next episode.